Hi, this is Monica, and welcome back to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as you can see, I'm getting ready. And the reason why I'm getting ready is because I have orientation today. I have orientation today, but this morning, because I was getting ready for my orientation, I had thought of a story. And this is like a short story, so don't expect for, the drama, because we're not going to do the drama today. But this story takes place with the narcissist. As y'all know, if y'all been watching my channel, y'all know that I dated a narcissist. And y'all know that he was like, hold on. Oh. He was like wrong in a lot of ways. But this narcissist, because I had this job, he had been telling and talking out of my house to these women, and he had been telling them where I worked at. He did. They was not only calling my cell phone, but they was calling my job. Because he was messing around with these women wasn't just calling my cell phone. Like I said, they was calling my job. And see, I've been an aide since 97. So at the end of the day, they had kept saying stuff like, you will always be an aide. All you do is wipe people's butt all day. Now keep in mind, I was at work when they were saying this. I wasn't at home. I was at work. And see, the only way they knew where I worked at or what my job number was because he gave it to them. And see, when he gave them the number, I had kept asking him, like, why would you give these people my number to my job? Now, the people at my job, let me tell you about them. The people at my job thought this was, like, super funny. And they thought that it was funny. They didn't think it was funny that it was happening. They thought it was funny that it was happening to me. And so they was, like, lightly, not on my side, but pretending like they was on my side, but they was talking about me, and I didn't know. But my best friend had came to me one day, and she had told me, she said, Monica, she said, they think that this is a joke and stuff like this. Now, keep in mind, they thought that it was funny, and so I asked him, like, if you not working and they not working, y'all ain't got nothing else better to do with your time. He didn't just have the bitches calling my job. He would ride with the bitch that thought he had 2 kids with her. He rode with her mother to my job to try to get money from me one day. But when he did this, my best friend was coming in the building from lunch, from going to get us something to eat. She was coming in from lunch, and he was outside. She seen the bitch that was driving the car, so she came in and she told me what was going on. She asked him, she was like, why would you bring them bitches to her job? Like that, he was like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. But at the end of the day, they never pushed me forward. Either way, not the people that my co-workers, the only person that actually supported me was my best friend. Now, keep in mind, she's been my best friend for the longest. But nevertheless, she was the only one that actually backed me. Because she knew exactly what I was going through. But he didn't give a fuck. But because I thought that I loved him, because I thought he was the one for me, I gave him some money. And it wasn't no whole lot of money. It was enough. But I gave it to him just so he would leave my job, so he would stop humiliating me in front of my coworkers. But at the end of the day, not only was he humiliating me in front of my coworkers, the bitches knew when I got paid. The bitches knew when I got paid, they knew where my bank was. They knew where my ATMs was around the city. So because I was being stupid, because I was brainwashed, because I had Stockholms syndrome, these motherfuckers just kept doing this shit. And so I had made it up in my mind, because he had embarrassed me enough, especially around these particular people. He had embarrassed me enough that I was feeling like, oh, okay, I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? So I started looking for me another job. Now, keep in mind, they didn't know, he didn't even know that I was looking for me another job. The people at my job knew, but they didn't want me to leave because, as you can see, I have on something different because I done been to orientation already, got all my paperwork and stuff done. I onboarded, all this shit. Listen, we're going to have a glass of wine because listen to me. Monica got the position and the time and everything that I wanted, just as I asked for, just as I manifested. So we're going to continue with this story. And this is some blueberry wine. You already know I like blueberry wine, girl. But anyway, he had no idea that I was planning on moving from job to job. The reason why I tried to move from job to job, the reason why I knew I had to leave that job is because my co-workers wasn't really my co-workers. They was my biggest haters, because One of them made a comment one day like, Monica, he is so handsome. How can you possibly think that somebody is handsome that was mistreating me, that you seen mistreating me, that so I went to my brother and I asked my brother, I said, if you get one of those extra vehicles, let me know because I need me a car so I can get back and forth to the new job because the new job was off the highway. So my brother had bought me a blue van. But when he bought this blue van, I thought, oh, okay, he got me this blue van, this, that, and the third. They found out that I had switched jobs. He told them that I switched jobs. I wouldn't tell him or nobody else where I was, how much I made, none of this shit, because I knew eventually I was leaving him. I knew that I was leaving him because it had gotten so ridiculous between me and him. I just couldn't stand it no more, to the point I didn't want to live in my own house, let alone live in my house with him. These bitches found out because he told them that I had bought a car, that my brother had bought me a car. I parked my car over to my neighbor's house so they would have no idea it was my car. He told them that it was my car. These bitches went and set my van on fire. They set my van on fire. When they set my van on fire, he was outside watching it laughing. I knew then that I had to leave him. I knew then I had to leave him. I knew then that it was over between me and him. See, I think the reason why I'm telling y'all this story is because he didn't want me to have growth. They thought that just because I was a Stna and a PCT or whatever the fuck I was at that time, they thought that was such a mediocre job. Oh my God, you wipe your butt for a living and stuff like this. But I had a job, something that they didn't have, something that he never has had, something that he never had, and he put me down for that. So even after I had moved, even after I had left him alone, even after that, no matter when they see me or how they see me, I was still the Stna. Keep in mind, times is different now than it was back then. Because now keep in mind, I hadn't talked to y'all about this new position that I had gotten. Now, the new position, I'm going to rewrap this because it's all crooked and shit. The new position that I got is actually a supervisor's position. It's leadership. And the leadership position that I got, I absolutely love it. The staff that I work with, I absolutely adore them. The people that is there is encouraging because they look like me. They talk like me. They want their building done just like me. And so I think I'm telling this story because people put people like me down for just being an Stna. I've been an Stna since 97. And I hold that to a standard. I hold my position to a standard. Yes, I am in leadership. Yes, I could possibly someday would have taken an office job. But my position is on the floor. And I'm over a supervisor. I wanted to get on here and I wanted to tell y'all that because he wiped his feet on me. I can remember right before we was breaking up, I had worked like a double. I came home and I fell asleep on the couch. Because he wanted to take the last little $20 I had put it in the bank. And because he wanted it, and he wanted to buy liquor, beer, or some old shit with it, I told him to get the fuck out of my face. He reached up in front of all his friends. This to show you how low down and dirty the men that was around him. He reached up and he slapped the shit out of me in front of all his friends. For $20. They didn't come home for like 6 or 7 days after that because I still didn't give it to him. And they gonna tell me, well, Monica, it was the drugs and I had been smoking and this, that, and the third. And I don't want you to think that about me because I wouldn't want nobody to put their hands on my mama. But you felt the need to put your hands on me. But he didn't want nobody to hit his mother. But you was gonna hit Curtis's mother? The reason why I got on here to tell this story, I hold my position to a certain standard. And at the end of the day, whether you was a housekeeper, laundry, dietary, whatever you do for a living, take pride in your job. Because whether or not somebody that's got such a small mind is going to talk about you have a job. At the end of the day, it's a job. I could care less if it was at Burger King. It's a job. Nobody is above it. It's a job. So yeah, I got on here to tell that story because I hold my job to a certain standard. I absolutely love what I do. I have done nursing since 97. So at the end of the day, yes, like, comment, and subscribe. And I appreciate y'all being here and watching. Share this story. Like my stuff. Turn on notifications. Never allow somebody to ever make you feel bad for the job that you hold. Because if they was any better than you, they wouldn't have to work at all. Anything is a job. So at the end of the day, I think I told this story so people can hold pride in their job. Do the best that you can in the job that you have. I have always left my mark in whatever job I've done. So like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next story. Bye.